Hello viewers, and welcome back to another dynamic and interesting and inspiring episode of Career Chronicles, where we dive into different workplaces, different individuals talking about their careers. And I'm Nankali Kamwanga, and I'll be your host for today. Welcome to Career Spotlight, where we sit down with a special guest and they tell us all about their career. Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, thank you very much. A pleasure to be here. My name is Albert Moses. I'm an accountant at DHL Namibia.
Okay. Can you tell us about your educational background and how you decided that you would be studying accounting?
You know, accounting is one of those fields that not everyone really has a passion for.
Yeah.
And if you really have to join into it, you really have to have that interest, that passion that actually want to drive you to do it. And mine goes all the way back to high school when I first had my encounter with accounting, and ever since then I was sold. I was like, this is what I want to do. And I then went on to pursue first a diploma in business administration at the University of Namibia, and then eventually did my honors degree in accounting as well at the University of Namibia. So yeah, currently it's been a roller coaster, but I love what I do.
Yeah. Not everyone has a keen interest in math, numbers, to do with anything like that.
I know.
Usually people get scared whenever they see numbers.
Exactly.
And whenever we meet accountants, we're like, wow, you guys are always counting, you guys are always calculating, we don't even know. But, what inspired you? Was it in high school? Was it in primary school that you decided, no, this happened, so this is why I want to be an accountant?
It was in high school, because I remember my grade 8, I was at a technical school. And then from the very beginning, I was like, you know what, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the guy that fixes the light.
Yeah, you just knew.
I just knew.
Yeah.
So I moved schools, and eventually that's when I encountered accounting, and basically there was a spark.
Yeah. So
we would obviously attend career exhibitions, and a couple of accountants came to our school as well, and basically just told us about more about the career of the careers in accounting. And that eventually just fueled the fire. So that's why I decided, you know what, it's what I want to become one day.
Okay, so from a young age, you knew that, when I'm older, I'm definitely going to work with numbers.
Exactly.
I'm going to be the finance bro. Yeah, definitely. So what are some key milestones that have helped you advance your current position at DHL?
So I think my career journey in itself, was not straightforward.
Yeah.
After I finished my studies, I obviously had a couple of jobs that I did before I landed the finance job. I was first a property clerk at the Swakopmund municipality. Okay. I did an internship there for 6 months. I went then on ahead to be the project coordinator at the Pupkewitz Foundation. But even in the midst of that, as much as I enjoyed learning those trades, the aim was still to become an accountant. Yeah. Right? And when I landed the job at DHL, that's when I realized, you know what? Eventually, all of what I did in the past led me to this, and that's when I eventually decided to also start doing extra courses, try and specialize. Because if you just do general finance, I don't think the interest really is in the general finance. You wanna be more specific. You wanna specialize into something that you actually really enjoy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Usually you do things in your life, and then you realize at the end of the day,
exactly,
if I had not done all of these things, then I wouldn't have all of these skills and the capabilities to do most of your responsibilities.
True.
But what does a typical day in your life look like? What do you do at work? Like, what are your responsibilities? Tell us, like, a day in the life.
Well, a day in the life of Albert at the office. Typically, people would think I just stare at the screen the entire day and look at Excel sheets.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the case. So I'm more on the accounts payable side. Okay. This is now the part of the company that deals with paying bills. Okay. Right? Make sure that the company's lights stay on, water is paid. Make sure that the suppliers that we do business with are paid on time. So on a daily basis, I would make sure that my invoices are properly processed on time. I have happy suppliers. Otherwise, business will obviously be affected. But those are basically what I do. The things I do on a daily basis, just to make sure that the operation from a payables point of view is actually smoothly operated.
Yeah, I think the fellow accountants watching this will understand everything you said. Some of us are just like, okay, but yeah, no, that's,
No,
it's always nice to hear what people do in their daily lives, because, I mean, sometimes you think that, like you said, we just think that you sit in front of the computer, stare at an Excel sheet the whole day, but it's not like that.
Exactly.
But what are some challenges that you have faced and how have you overcome them?
Challenges, that's a daily thing, and especially in the finance department itself, we deal with very sensitive information, very confidential information, and you look at things that one would do on a daily basis, and you think it's not really going to affect you until something happens, and you realize the magnitude of the impact it can have on the business. So my daily challenges would obviously be compliance, because we're very big on compliance. We make sure that everything we do is to the book. It's not by the way. You can't process things without proper approvals and things like that. So my daily challenges would obviously be making sure that the rest of the team, the rest of the company, actually follows procedure as well.
Yeah.
So getting colleagues to abide by the book sometimes could be a struggle. Yeah. But I think it's one of the perks of enjoying what you do. You get to tell people literally how things need to be done.
Yeah, I think sometimes, you're part of the team, and then sometimes you're the leader of the team.
Exactly.
That helps you understand people much better, in every type of position, in any type of profession. So that really helps. But what are some skills, outside of accountancy, like, being able to calculate and whatever stuff, the accountants will know. Yeah. But what other skills would you say you've picked up, or that, you find important to have as an accountant?
So apart from just being an accountant, actually, I'm also a model.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been modeling for quite some time now, I think plus minus 8 years.
Okay.
And from that alone, I've picked up quite a few traits that are sort of helpful in my 8 to 5. And that would be obviously firstly confidence. There's just something about being confident in whatever aspect you find yourself. Having a certain level of confidence helps you obviously to navigate your career path, and obviously show you how to sort of place yourself in a position where you demand presence. Yeah. So one of the skills I think I've really picked up is public presence. The finance guys back in the days were literally, we're like the IT guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're like the IT guys where we sit in the back and basically just, give the bosses to present information. But now we are also in a space where we are required to do the presentations ourselves. Yeah. So you obviously require that public speaking skill. You require basically interpersonal skills with human beings, being able to, definitely, to communicate properly, and obviously the most important, you need to be very accurate in what you do. So I mean, that's really the core of finance. So I think those are the few skills that one should really pick up and be able to have in the industry that we are.
Yeah, definitely all those things you mentioned are very, important. Confidence, being able to have, simple people skills, communication and all of that. But what would your advice be to all of the youth out there? Because we know that there's a lot of people that want to be finance bros and finance girlies. So what would your advice be to them?
Firstly, love it.
Passion.
Apart from just begging a job because you need a job. And I know, reality is really that sometimes you just take the job because you have to take the job. But I would advise for that child, that young guy, young lady that is out there trying to really get into finance, have the passion for it. Finance is one of those professions that really require you to be focused, be very strategic in the way you operate. And believe me, just having the fact that you want to be in the field but not having the passion, it will die quickly. Yeah. That's why you find people changing careers here and there. it's because they're still trying to find themselves. So I would advise that don't give up.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's your cliche advice, but it's true. Don't give up. A true example from my side as well. It took me a couple of careers to eventually end up there, but if you really want to be there, don't give up.
Yes.
And believe in yourself.
Yeah. You know, you heard it here from Albert. So don't give up. Always be confident, and you know, don't think that you must only be in the back scenes. You know, put yourself out there. Please. Obviously, we've learned so much. But thank you for coming in and coming to speak to us about your profession.
It's a pleasure.
It was really nice hearing all of the terms that I didn't understand, but I think after this interview that like I'll get it. But thank you so much, and we will move on to the next segment.
Good afternoon. My name is Twafi Shakombabi. I'm the Public Relations Officer here at the National Housing Enterprise. And welcome to the National Housing Enterprise. We are based in Eros, and I will take you through the various departments that we have here at the National Housing Enterprise. Welcome. Welcome, guys, and let's quickly just head in, and I'll show you all the East to NHE. I'm sure you're all wondering, what do we do here? This is our reception area. Hi to the team from NHM. Let's quickly go through this side. I will take you through to the IT department. So we have about 120 staff members, and we have 6 offices, regional offices. So about 60 people are based here, and then everybody else is based in the regions. So this is our IT department. Hi guys, please say hi to our stakeholder. Very important. Say good afternoon.
Yes. Afternoon.
Thank you. So this is our IT department. Yes. And then down here, you can see that the building is quite big, right? Like I said, we have about 120 staff members. So down here is what we have, the HR department. You all know what HR does, right? HR is responsible for the recruitment, training, and development of staff members, right? And so we have about 4 personnel members here. There's nobody in the offices, so let's quickly just turn over. I'm going to show you another interesting area of our institution. Oh yes, the best part. Let me show you our procurement department. So our procurement department is about 4 very hard-working staff members. So this is where we do all the purchasing of. We are now at the procurement department where our local buyers are busy at work. So let me just introduce you quickly. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Yes. So they are hard at work, as you can see. Her office looks amazing because she's busy buying us goodies. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day ahead. Now you've seen procurement. I took you to HR, took you to IT. Welcome to reception. Which other area of workplace would you like to see? I think the most important part is, because we are a housing entity, I think the most important part is to show you architect, because we design houses, we construct houses. So let me just quickly walk over to our architectural department, so I show you all the goodies. Walk with me. Afternoon. Just a quick detour. Just a quick detour. This is the back of the building. This is where we have our lunch and we just hang out. This is some of our company vehicles that we deal with. Let me just show you. It's a very big building, as you can see. It's not that outside. I know it looks very small, but this is NHE from the back. As you can see, we're very big on branding. That is our truck, which we use for the expos and other type of promotional activities. Um, just a quick glance of the back. Let's go back to our main activity. I hope you're enjoying the tour so far, right? And we're back into the building. Okay, now we're going to the technical department where all the magic happens. I think the magic actually happens everywhere, but more happens this side. So this is a technical department. This is where all the these are the type of samples that we use to construct the houses. Just come a bit closer so you can see some of the material that we use. And I'll just quickly so these are some of the type of bricks that we use to construct the type of homes that we have. And obviously those are some nice old display pictures of our history and where we are coming from and where we are going. So as you can see, NHG is quite a big institution. We are very big on construction, and this is going to be our last stretch where our designers sit in terms of constructing and everything. I just wanted to show you some samples of the material that they use. Yes, and that's basically the tour around our beautiful building and what we do here at the National Housing. I hope that you've enjoyed the tour. Please, I implore you to please come back again. The next time we should actually go to the site where we show you the houses that we've actually constructed. Thank you very much for having us and a blessed day to everybody.
Hello, ma'am. Can you kindly introduce yourself and what company you work for?
Okay, my name is Albertina Iyambo. I am an electrical engineering graduate from NAST. I work for Minds in Action. Minds in Action is a STEM center where it specializes in STEAM, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
All right. What inspired you to choose your current career path and what do you enjoy most about doing your job?
Okay, what inspired me really is I wanted like a different flavor. So I came from a family where like most of the people are teachers and nurses. So I wanted to explore more. I always knew that there's more that can be done. So I went on to like explore different careers, attending career fairs and stuff. So I found electrical engineering so interesting. So I went for it. And then when I was into it, I loved it. So, yeah. So, what I love more about engineering is that you are faced with a lot of challenges, different challenges, so that you apply your knowledge to different challenges, and it's a challenging career. So that's why I love it.
All right. What does a typical day look like for you and how do you manage your work to life balance?
Okay, so I have a 9 to 5 job, and after that, I do I have business meetings. So I'm currently in a base camp business incubation. So after work, I go online and attend those courses, and because like I'm also an aspiring entrepreneur, so I engage myself with business activities like attending events, business related. I and then after that, after the meetings, I just have go home and have fun with my family, chat. Yeah.
Wow. Can you share a challenging experience that you faced at work and how did you overcome it?
Okay, so when I started work, public speaking wasn't really my thing. Okay, so it was difficult for people to recognize me my capabilities, because like I was not open to people, was not open to just expressing what I can do. So I always shy away from talking to people. And then this is how, like, to solve this, I started like participating in activities where I have to talk more. For example, pitching. I I now just registered a business, and I attend a lot of pitching events where I also like take part and pitch myself. So that helped me to just improve my public speaking skills. And then yeah, it also helped me a lot at work. So it's not the same anymore. There's like a very big difference between how I started my job and right now.
Can you tell us a little bit about your engineering background and how that journey was for you?
Okay, so like I mentioned before, did electrical engineering at NAST. So studying engineering, it wasn't like something that I was exposed to before. So I just decided like I'm gonna do engineering. It was a little bit scary also to myself, going to study engineering as just a girl from the village with a little exposure to this engineering world and the concepts. Like, yeah, so the background was not, the foundation wasn't really there, but then I went there. But I was good in my science subjects, so that helped a lot. Okay, so I managed to now complete that at NAST, and then I went to get a job at Minds in Action. I got a job at Minds in Action as a robotics coach, where I also apply my engineering skills there, because like we built different robots that also like require knowledge from, let's say, different engineering backgrounds, but electrical engineering is also one of them. But most of it was like electronics. So I did electrical power, but then I had to also learn or improve my electronic skills while on the job. Yeah, it's also one of the things of being an engineer. So you cannot just say I'm an electrical engineer, so I can only limit myself to electrical engineering work. So I also like had to explore more, like let's say 3D printing. So what do I do when I'm done with the inside of a robot or the electronics? So it needs a casing, for example. So I also go further to like um, um, upskill, that is like learning 3D printing, for example, the designs behind it in a computer, and then I had to 3D print the casing, for example, for that robot or prototype that I'm working with. So yeah, so it really requires engineering requires somebody to reskill, upskill, because like a lot of tasks that you are given requires, let's say, just a little knowledge of what you studied, and then the rest you really have to just learn on the job. There's a lot of learning on the job, really, especially for
Wow.
me.
So, what would you say are some of the key skills that people need to have to be able to thrive in your industry?
Okay, so okay, I'll mention the technical skills, but you also need your soft skills, really, because I mentioned before, like the task can be challenging, and you need to put yourself together to just work finish this task and do it well from the beginning to the end, those projects. And so the technical skills, okay, so you need to know, like those fourth industrial skills, for example, that just one need to learn. So skills like coding, skills like, okay, if you can just know your AI and all this, because this is where the world is going. So you cannot shy away from it just because what you are what a civil engineer, for example, you want to shy away from coding. You need to understand all these things. Like you can and these are the skills that you can just acquire on the job. So things like that.
Wow. So, what word of advice would you give someone that wants to pursue electrical engineering as yourself, and how the working world is outside of school?
Okay, so one advice that I will give. Okay, so we are assuming this person really wants to do electrical engineering. So I want to say, just do it. It's not rocket science. It's something like the textbooks are there. They will help you. Your teachers are there. They will guide you. Just get, and if you feel lost, I think get a mentor. Associate yourself with senior engineers, people in this with the same mindset. For example, people that are like going or already in the path that you wanna take. Okay, it's an amazing field. Really, I recommend anyone who wants to take to study it to just go ahead and study electrical engineering. As for me, okay, like I said, like I just wanted a different flavor in my family, so I went to do electrical engineering. But there was no enough exposure on the electrical background. But if somebody really want to take up electrical engineering, I recommend that. It's a fun engineering field. So yeah, I mean, anything hands on, it's good. You get to use your brain really, and then you get to use your hands and just see all the things that you are learning at school coming back in even in the industry. So yeah, it's a really fun field. So if you want to take it up, just go for it. Make sure we take the right information in, associate with people who you think will have a great impact in what you will become, because what you take in, you just have to be careful. What you take in into your brain has a very big impact on what you're going to be.
What an exciting, fun, and interesting episode we had there. It was such a great time sitting and getting to know the ins and outs of, an accountant on a daily basis, taking a look in the day of a life of an engineer, and taking a deep dive, a look into Namibian Housing Enterprise, NHE's company. Well, we'll see you next time for another episode of Career Chronicles. Goodbye.